I asked myself, why is Biden trending again? And I'm just hoping maybe it's just something that I don't think what it is. You know, maybe it's just something. It's not another moment. I'm just hoping and praying it's not another moment that it's not another cheap fake, another deep fake. But once again, the president is trending for the wrong reasons, man. It's elderly abuse, and it's not funny, y'all. Just imagine if this was your loved one, and the poor fella is lost, man. I'm telling y'all, man, they are panicking, shaking in their shoes right now. The Dems, man, the left. Every single day it looks like, y'all. It's like no days off now. No days off. Like, check this out. What?
I'm staying in the race. I'll beat Donald Trump. I will beat him again in 2020.
What time is he in? You're going to beat him again in 2020? I don't know if y'all heard that correctly.
I'm staying in the race. I'll beat Donald Trump. I will beat him again in 2020.
I will beat him again in 2020. I don't think y'all hearing it. Am I tripping? It's something. I promise y'all. I didn't touch a Henny bottle. I didn't touch that scotch. I didn't touch that tequila. You know, I didn't touch any Trulies or wine coolers or White Claws or anything. Yeah. I promise y'all, I am sober. And am I hearing this correctly?
Trump. I will beat him again in 2020. Beat Donald Trump. I will beat him again in 2020.
And I tell you one thing, we are not stupid. We are sick of lies after lies after lies.
The president's health today is, does he still have his cold or is he feeling better? And then to clarify on the medical exam, because you said he hasn't had one since his last physical, he was on the way to the debate, the doctor was with him, he had a cold, he's 81, does he not get checked out by the doctor? I'm just
Well, I can tell you
works.
he did not get checked out by the doctor. It's a cold, guys, it's a cold. And I know that it affects everybody differently. We have all had colds. And so, no, he was not checked by the doctor. What was your other question?
How is his health today? Does he still have the
Well,
cold?
I saw him today. My team and I saw him today. He looked great. And he was with the vice president. They both look great. I know I was asked yesterday if he still had a cold. I think if he still has a lingering cold. But he is ready.
Well, y'all, we got some breaking news. CNN doctor urges testing for Biden. Doctor says he would order more cognitive tests for President Biden. Let's check this video out, y'all. I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life, man. And we can't take our foot off the gas, man. We got to keep speaking out. We got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep full support. You know what I'm saying? Until Trump walks back in there and strokes his hand through that toupee or that mullet. And he smiles and he tells the fake news, you know. I'm here for it, man. It might just be a landslide come November. It's a lot of people that need to be held accountable, man. You know, we've become a complete laughing stock, a complete joke. You know, everybody's laughing, man. People are struggling, you know. Suicide rates are up, depression, anxiety, PTSD, man. People are tired, exhausted. Millions are dropping out like flies, man. Look at all the problems and issues. People don't even want to walk outside anymore, man. People are frowned up, devastated. Tons of people. You don't see a lot of smiles now, y'all. You know? What has America come to? And then just wiped old poor Donald through the mud. Poor fella. He said I wouldn't have to be here if there wasn't such a terrible job done. I could care less to run for president. I wouldn't have to be here. Let's get into this, y'all. The CNN doctor urges testing for Biden. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Moments ago, President Biden departed for that rally in Madison, Wisconsin. You see him there. It was just a little bit ago, and he stepped out of the beast. He declared he could beat Donald Trump. The only part about that is the New York Times Siena poll disagrees. The Wall Street Journal poll disagrees. Heck, his own Biden super PAC disagrees because they leaked their polling to the New York Times showing President Biden right there trailing in New Mexico, New Hampshire, and Virginia. So the facts aren't on his side there, expressing confidence no less as he heads off to the biggest interview of his life. Well, that incredible statement comes just hours after CNN's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, said that Biden needs to get a cognitive test.
You know, first of all, this is not a political essay, it's a medical one. I think that the question really being raised is, have we been looking at episodes, intermittent episodes, or is this reflective of some sort of deeper underlying condition? If you take a look, slow response time, I think we saw that, you know, sort of in a sustained fashion. Definitive word retrieval mix-ups, rambling, sometimes confused speech, reduced voice volume as well, and reduced facial movements.
Everything that was a cheap fake, a deep fake, we've all seen take place live on air. And poor fella thinks we're in 2020. And look at y'all laughing. There's people laughing. There's people giggling and laughing. You know, poor fella, man. It's sad. It's not even funny. It's sad, man. It's sad, y'all. We've become a complete laughing stock, y'all. Who is running the country?
And these things can all be connected. We often think of cognition simply being memory, but if someone has an underlying movement disorder, for example, that can actually affect cognition in the sense that people may have more flattened affect, face, and not really be speaking as quickly or as loudly. Now, if he were my patient, if he were my dad, frankly, I would want to get more testing done. Cognitive testing and more detailed movement disorder testing as well.
Cheryl, he said if it were my dad, I would want a cognitive test. And it makes you wonder, has Jill Biden asked for this? Has Hunter Biden asked for this? Has anyone in the family?
I am the daughter of someone that is
We know what Hunter's on. Yeah.
going through this right now. I will tell you this. I would do anything for my mother, but the first thing that I did was I wanted a diagnosis and I wanted clarity. And I'm still working on that to this day, and it's heartbreaking. That's what
prayers for her family and her mother, man. It's very heartbreaking, you know. And I've had loved ones that's been through it, you know, and it breaks your heart and soul, I'll tell you, to see your loved one, your parent go through that, man. You know, dementia, Alzheimer's, you name it. I'm telling you, it's very heartbreaking, man. You know, and I watch those videos of people that show their parents and loved ones going through the process, slowly declining, slowly losing memory, or even memory just completely lost at sometimes, rambling, mumbling, you know. It's sad, man, you know. And there's a couple creators that post their loved ones and they make a living off of it, of you know, showing the process to other people around the world. What's it like, you know, to see your loved one in that state, in that condition. Yeah. And it's sad, man. Jill, hands behind your back. The family, I'm telling you, it's just
what you do as a child for your parents. What they are doing right now is wrong. It is sad to watch Hunter Biden's sitting there in all these meetings. Help your father and convince him that he needs to get a correct diagnosis, which he obviously does not have. Is it vascular dementia? I know a lot about this topic. Is it age-related dementia? Is it early onset Alzheimer's? You need to have a correct diagnosis to treat the person. Yeah. It is cruel to not get a correct diagnosis for this man.
Absolutely. And, my heart breaks for the family. We all want our president to be healthy. The problem is the national security implications. The problem is the economist question. If you can't complete a sentence about Medicare, should you be holding the nuclear football? It's a good question. But, Joe, when you think about this, we've been told that he runs faster than his younger aides who can't keep up, that he's healthier than everyone around him. So then why not take the test?
Right. That would solve the problem, right? Or why not do the press conference that we talked about before? And remember the media narrative before that debate that actually in private, Joe Biden's really like John Nash, right? He's doing quadratic equations. He's explaining how the flux capacitor works and 1.21 gigawatts. So this whole narrative just has completely blown up at this point. But to the national security implications, when you consider that the world is on fire right now, Gaza, Ukraine, Russia, we had 8 individuals from ISIS-K just arrested last month in New York, San Francisco, and D.C., I believe, right? More than 10 million people have crossed into this country alone during this president's watch because of Joe Biden and because of his border czar Kamala Harris, including hundreds that have been apprehended that are on the terror watch list. Yeah. They're paying attention to all of this, and that's why, joking aside, all things aside, this man not only needs to step aside as far as being the Democratic nominee. That doesn't mean he gets to be president still for the next 200 days. He has to step down altogether. And
you want to take the White House at their word. You want to believe the information they're giving you. You want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But when you read in New York Magazine that there was this elaborate lie, they literally called it a lie that has been covered up. When Wednesday, the press secretary told us he did not have a medical exam after the debate. Yesterday, the press secretary's office admitted he did. It was not accurate information. It makes I think it's fair to ask, has he had a cognitive test? And we don't know about it. I have no indication that he has, but I do think it's a fair question in light of what we've been told.
Absolutely. And, this wasn't just one lie. This is actually a massive conspiracy to deceive the public, to deceive the American people. And I don't think that they understand the extent of the damage that they've done, not just to their own credibility, but also to Democrats' future political chances. Because I think that a lot of swing state voters, such as those back in my home state of Michigan, are looking at what's unfolding right now, and they're starting to ask the question, what else have I been lied to about? What about Hunter Biden's laptop? What about Joe Biden's alleged involvement in all those shady foreign business?
Oh, it's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. We just go down the list, don't we?
Business deals. What about the idea that Jill Biden is actually responsible for a lot of harm to her husband right now? All of these things that we've been saying for a long time that they've been told are just right-wing conspiracies, when actually it turns out that the Democrats and their lackeys in the media have been the ones lying to the public about this the entire time. And that was exposed in the debate between Biden and Trump. And now you have a lot of people who are realizing that, and their eyes are being opened to just how great this conspiracy to deceive them has been.
Nicole, and if he does take the cognitive test that Sanjay Gupta requests, then you have to have a plan in place should he fail it. I don't know if that's him willingly stepping aside or cabinet intervening with the 25th Amendment or Congress pursuing impeachment. If they don't, I don't know what that looks like, but you would have to have a plan in place.
Oh, absolutely, because we cannot have someone, again, the commander in chief who knowingly is not passing a cognitive test. This is what we've been asking for years. I know that I've been very curious. And again, they say, in February, he took a physical test and he passed it with 20 doctors saying, hey, he's fine, he's good. Well, again, President Trump took a cognitive test at the end of 2023, and he passed with flying colors. He aced it. Okay. So again, you see the contrast between the two. And, this representative that he was calling out her name at a meeting September 2022, and a woman who passed away in a car accident, she wasn't even there. Jackie, where are you? Jackie, where are you? That's alarming. That's alarming. A woman who is dead, he's not aware.
It is alarming. And Politico is saying that it was actually in the teleprompter that she had passed. So we'll see. The reporting keeps breaking. Up next, new reports.
I tell y'all, man, you can't make this up. You just, what times are we living in? Oh, hey, man, but wishing the best in all you guys' life. Prayers for you guys and your family. that for your safety, your wellness, your situations in life, the things that you guys are going through financially, just wishing the best in all you guys' life, man. No matter what it is, there are people struggling right now, man. America is just a complete laughing stock right now as we speak. You know, who's running the country, you know? People are struggling, man. Things need to change around this bad boy. And again, a lot of y'all should be fired up to go to the voting booth. You know, fired up, man. But hey, we can't put our foot off the brake as all the good as the polls and everything look right now. You know, we got to get up off our booty cheeks and we got to go vote, man. You know, and as you can see, more people are waking up now. Everybody, you know, it's bigger than coming after your political opponent. Everybody's waking up now, really. And the people that are, you know, that are voting for this, that they simply just hate Trump. And most of them can't even tell you why. And that's the saddest part about it, too. But hey, man, I love y'all. We're going to keep spreading the love. We're going to keep calling out the truth. We're going to keep. All we can do is show you, huh? There it is. But hey, God bless you all and your families. I will catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace and love, y'all.